everybody, and welcome to podcast number 30 of the Real Estate Show. Can you believe we're on number 30, Judy?
I can't. 30.
It's amazing.
Unbelievable.
It's unbelievable. And today, I am so glad to have with me Judy Steenland. I'm Cherise Selley, and thank you guys so much for listening and supporting this podcast. And we really we want to bring relevant, life-giving information about the market and just our personal experiences, because how do you replace, between you and I, we have over 50 years now of experience in this market, not just in Colorado Springs, but you were in the Dallas market too. And so some of what we talk about applies nationally. Some of what we're talking about applies locally. But we're coming at you with a new year in front of us. So we're now in 2022. We took a holiday break. And Judy, how was that holiday for you?
You know, it was pretty uneventful. I would say it was nice. It was relaxing, but it was very quiet because it seems like everyone got the COVID.
Yeah.
And so, it was quiet at our house.
It was quiet. Did you appreciate that, though?
I did. We just spent a lot of great time. We played ping pong pretty much every day, at least. I can't even count.
Well, can I say, though, because you are the champion. Are you the reigning champion of your family in this?
Okay, so I would say our family is very competitive, if you haven't already realized that. But we're very competitive, and we're all really, really good now. I mean, when you play that much ping pong, you get really good. So it kind of goes back and forth.
Well, you have to be good to keep up with you, Judy, or otherwise it's literally like one serve and you're done.
Well,
I mean, that's why I can't play with you. I'm terrified. I am terrified of the Judy on the ping pong table.
You got to get your game face on, Cherise.
I mean, can I just use my husband as a shield?
Yes.
Because that might be the best way to do it.
Yes.
But seriously, actually, you have skills. I mean, besides real estate skills, design skills, you've got like table tennis. You were a tennis champion, though, weren't you?
I did play tennis through high school until I had a knee injury. And now it's pickleball. So
come on,
best of both worlds.
I love it.
Yeah.
And for our holiday time, it was so good to have my son here from Los Angeles area, and we miss our other part of the family that were in Australia. But we had about 10 people over on Christmas, and we, for me, I find so much life in cooking.
Yes.
So the other side of me, the hidden side, the side that most people don't see, is I could spend, and I did, I spent literally 2 days in the kitchen getting ready for the holiday, and, just finding new recipes and finding healthy, life-giving things that are so fun and flavorful. So I'm on a mission. I'm on like this. I just want to keep adding to the repertoire of what I already have. I don't want to just stay stagnant in cooking the few things that I know. I keep wanting to grow.
Yeah.
And we both inspire each other.
Oh, we both love that. That's so fun. And you've gotten dangerous with your Instapot now, right?
Oh, come on. It's amazing. And you gave me this Tuscan soup that was incredible.
Yeah.
That was a hit. That was a hit for Christmas. So anyway, we are so on a side note of all of that. We are way into 2022 now. And what's funny about it, I look at the MLS today right before we went live with this, and we're airing this on January 12th. I'm shocked. Well, not really, but I mean, I guess it just adds to the compounding feeling of this inventory shortage. As it stands today in our county, El Paso County, we have 388 listings that are single-family active homes.
Yeah, that's not many more than where we were when we thought we were in a crisis mode.
Right?
Yeah.
And out of those, less than 200 are existing homes. So the rest are new construction, which may or may not actually be going forward. It depends on, sometimes people are advertising a pre-sold or something like that. So really, as far as standing homes that are not new construction, there's less than 200. So we are still facing a record scarcity in our marketplace as we speak today. And through that, pricing has still gone up. even in December. So we have December's numbers now that we're airing this. And it's interesting to see that the average price in December was at $505,842, just a few $1,000s different from November, a little bit less, but that's really nominal. So
yeah, and you would think that that number would come down. I mean, traditionally we see not as many sales and a little bit of a drop, a lull, but we're not seeing that.
We're not seeing it. And so the market was up 15.7% on the average price from December 2021. So a year, the market on the average price is up almost 16%. And then the median price of the home, remember taking out the two extremes, the lowest and the highest in the market, and using the median price, that has remained consistent from November to December. It's been $450, exactly right on the nose. And it's up 18.4% since December of 2021. So the median market is up over 18% from the year before. Record growth has happened due to a lack of supply and low interest rates.
Yeah.
So that's how we're entering the year. And everybody wants to know the magic question. What is the market going to do in 2022?
Yeah.
What do you think, Judy?
You know, I think that we're seeing some lumber prices come down. We're seeing a little bit of a stabilization, but interest rates are projected to go up. And so I'm kind of thinking that we're going to still we're still going to sell a lot of houses. And I mean, people just have to move. And the military is about to go into their PCS season. So for Colorado Springs, having our 5 military bases here, that is a consistent movement that has to happen. There's no choice in it, right? I still think we're going to see those numbers increase. I still think we're going to go into a really strong spring season.
I do too. Strong, but still with scarcity.
Yeah.
So let's talk about how interest rates can potentially affect somebody's purchasing power even more than price.
Yeah.
So hypothetically speaking, if somebody were to buy a home at $515,000 right now, and if the interest rate was at 3%, their principal and interest payment is $2,171. That's not counting taxes and insurance, but that's just principal and interest. Let's say that the market dropped by 5% and they got the home at $490,000. Their payment actually goes up to $2,269. So if the price of the home dropped 5%, their payment due to an interest rate, and I was using an interest rate at 3.77, which is not an unrealistic expectation from articles that I've read. It could be at that rate by the end of the year or even sooner. So your payment could be $100 more even if the price dropped 5%.
Right.
So that is why interest rates play such a strong role in how we see this market coming up this year.
Right. Well, and I think something that we tend to deal with is in Colorado Springs, a lot of homeowners come here. I say a lot. I mean, there's a fair amount of people who come here and this is their second home. I read an article that said second home owner interest rates, which are typically not investor rates, they will almost be identical
to
investor rates.
Oh, to investor rates.
Right.
So that's a big climb.
That's a big climb.
Because usually, in the past, second home rates have been very close to what their first home mortgage rate would be.
Right. So
this is a big jump.
Yeah, that would be a big jump. And on the other hand, you still have that big dilemma of, well, do I sit out and wait, or do I go ahead and make the purchase? And so if we're talking 18% increase in equity, there are still benefits. And I think so many millennials that are in the market right now are having this conundrum of, okay, homes are so high, they're stretching themselves, but 2 years from now, they're going to be so grateful because the rent is so expensive.
It is. You're right. Such an interesting point on that, because in Realtor Magazine, they had an article about this. It was actually, it may not have been actually the magazine. Can you edit that part?
Yes.
This is such an interesting topic because there was an article, and should I even say the Z word in Zillow? I know some people are still mad at Zillow for their home buying program, but they do have some really good research and articles. One of their articles talked about millennials and then Gen Zers. More of them are actually going to be buying their home as an investment property first. So buying an investment property before they buy their own primary residence.
Wow.
And they might be buying that home in a more affordable area than where they're living now. That is something that we're seeing as a trend. And I don't think that that's going to go away. I think that might become a new normal because, if we do have even a small price correction, that still doesn't change the enormity of the jumps and gains that we've had in the market right now.
Yeah.
And I have also read that nationally, it's expected that we will have slower appreciation, but we will still have appreciation, and it may be upwards to 11% or so nationally on average this year.
Right. Yeah, that's the answer I give to the vast number of people who ask me, because they ask me all the time, should I wait or should I buy? Is it still going up? And my answer is that it's still going to increase. Maybe not at the rate that it did in the last year or two, not at 18% perhaps, but it's still going to increase. And the benefits of home ownership still outweigh renting.
That's right. And where can you make, an 11% gain on an investment? So don't hedge your life around, a short-term thought about buying a home. It's really, I think, more of a long-term decision for most people.
Yeah.
But it still is. I mean, historically, over time, over the 25 plus years you and I have been doing real estate related matters, have we not seen prices exponentially go up over those years overall?
Yeah. And then there are some that have gone way beyond the 18%. I mean, I think that, I'm working with a client now, and I may have brought this up, because it was November timeframe when we put the house on the market. They bought that house 2 years ago for $900,000. We are under contract for $1.395.
See, that's incredible.
That's incredible.
And did they do a lot of work to earn that price?
No, they put in landscaping.
See, I mean that could be $300,000.
Well, it could be here. Yeah, landscaping is not cheap, but no. The answer is no. And then I have one other that we are just running numbers on to put back on the market. They bought it in 2018 for $465,000, and we're looking in the low 600s.
See, that's incredible.
I mean, that's someone's salary that you can't make that kind of money somewhere else.
I agree with that.
Yeah.
But I think sellers who are expecting the level of gains in pricing their home too high above the spectrum.
Yes.
Just thinking it's going to do exactly what last year did. I think that's being overzealous.
Yeah. I think more than ever, pricing is going to be key, and really pricing in the sweet spot, not overpricing, will continue to be the best strategy.
So let us help you with that strategy for 2022. And thank you all so much for listening. And there is so much more that we could talk about today in this, but we can't wait to catch you next time. And I hope that each one of you, if you have any questions or comments, please leave them here. Please reach out to us. And if you're also wanting to find somebody to represent you outside of the Colorado Springs area, we can connect you to incredible brokers all over this nation who have your best interest at heart.
That's right.
So thank you so much for joining us.